lógo àti láti wúlò fún àwọn ará.
ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwa ọmọ Ọlọ́run ló jẹ́ wípé a máa ń wò wípé àwọn ẹ̀bùn tí Ọlọ́run fún wa wípé ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì nìkan ni ó wà fún.
Many of us think that the talents with which we are endowed is only to be used in the household of the Lord.
In our Bible, there is a man that is called Daniel.
Nínú Bíbélì wa ọkùnrin kan wà tí a ń pe orúkọ rẹ̀ ní Dáníẹ́lì.
Did any of us read in the Bible whether Daniel has a church or he pastor any church?
Ǹjẹ́ a ti rí kà rí pé Dáníẹ́lì dá ìjọ sílẹ̀ tàbí pé ó jẹ́ alákòóso lórí ìjọ kan rí?
So as from this morning, I want us to begin to see that those talents that God has given you are for the use of God and also to serve humanity.
Láti àárọ̀ yìí lọ mo fẹ́ kí ẹnìkan kan náà ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí rí wípé àwọn ẹ̀bùn wa ni tí Ọlọ́run fún wa ó wà láti sin Ọlọ́run àti láti wúlò fún àwọn ènìyàn.
And these talents that God has given each and every one of us, we will give account of it in the day of judgment.
Àwọn ẹ̀bùn wọ̀nyí tí Ọlọ́run sì fún ẹnìkan kan wá yìí ni a ó jẹ́yìn bí a ṣe lò ó ní ìgbóṣe.
And as God's children, where we have read, the Bible made us to understand that this particular man, he wanted to travel. Then he called his servants. He looked at one. We did not know as in what that man look at, but he has been working with those servants. So he will have looked at one, that this one will have the capacity to manage 5.
Ní ibi tí a kà yìí a rí pé ọkùnrin yìí ti mọ àwọn ọmọ ọ̀dọ̀ rẹ̀ ó fẹ́ bí tó lè jẹ́ pé ó fẹ́ rìnrìn àjò ó sì ti ń bá wọn lò tí pé ó mọ okun tí ẹnìkankan wọn ní ó rí pé ẹni yìí yóò lè bójútó ẹ̀bùn 5.
He gave him 5.
Ó sì fún ní 5.
And he went on his way.
Ó sì bá ọ̀nà àjò rẹ̀ lọ.
He looked at another one.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó wo ẹnì kejì.
He gave that one 2.
Ó fún ẹnìyẹn ní 2.
He looked at another one.
Irú òwò tí ó fẹ́ kí olúkúlùkù wọn kí wọ́n ṣe.
But his expectation is that they should go and profit with it.
Ṣùgbọ́n ohun tí wọ́n retí lọ́wọ́ wọn ni pé kí olúkúlùkù wọn lọ kí wọ́n sì jèrè pẹ̀lú okun tí àti ẹ̀bùn tí òun fún wọn.
And that is why as God is helping each and every one of us.
Èrèdí ni eléyìí tó jẹ́ pé bí Olúwa ti rán ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan wa lọ́wọ́.
There are different talents that God has deposited into our lives.
Oríṣiríṣi ẹ̀bùn tí ó sì yàtọ̀ síra ni Ọlọ́run ti fi sínú ayé olúkúlùkù wa.
And God wants you as a person to profit with it.
Ọlọ́run sì ń retí lọ́wọ́ rẹ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹnìkan pé kí o mú èrè wálé pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹ̀bùn wọ̀nyí.
And God will not be happy at all if you come to this world and you do not profit with the talent that God has given you.
Kì yóò dùn mọ́ Ọlọ́run nínú rárá tí o bá wá sínú ayé yìí tí o sì jèrè kankan pẹ̀lú ẹ̀bùn tí Ọlọ́run fún ọ.
And one of the things that we need to be careful of
Àwọn kan tí a ní láti ṣọ́ra fún ìkànnà rẹ̀ ní eléyìí.
is comparison.
Kí a máa fi ara wéra.
The problem of that man was that he looked at his one that this man now gave me.
Ìṣòro tí ọkùnrin yẹn ní wípé ó ń fi ara rẹ̀ wé àwọn ẹlòmíràn ó sì rò pé ẹyọ kan péré ni ọ̀gá mi fún mi tí ó sì fún àwọn ẹlòmíràn
If he
jù
too
bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ.
has traded and got one, he will have got the same commendation with the person that had 5.
Ìbá jẹ́ pé òun náà ti ṣiṣẹ́ tí ó sì jèrè ẹyọ kan sí èrè kan tí onímárùn oníèjì gbà lòun náà ìbá gbà.
We want to look at what are the God-given talents in our life.
A fẹ́ gbé yẹ̀wò kí ni àwọn kan wọ̀nyí tó jẹ́ ẹ̀bùn tí Ọlọ́run ti fi sínú ayé olúkúlùkù wa.
We will look at some of them.
A ó wò díẹ̀ lára wọn.
Teaching is a God-given talent.
Ẹ̀bùn olùkọ́ ó jẹ́ ẹ̀bùn tí Ọlọ́run fún ènìyàn.
Do you know that there are some of us here, we say, I am not a pastor.
Ǹjẹ́ àmọ́ wípé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ adáwà ní èyí tí a sọ pé mi ṣe olùṣọ́àgùtàn.
But every week, you meet not less than 100 to 200 people to teach them. Either physically or in the church as well.
ṣùgbọ́n lọ́sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ ni a máa ń bá àwọn ènìyàn tó tó bí 100 sí 200 pàdé tí a sì ń kó wọn bóyá nínú ilé Ọlọ́run tàbí ní ọ̀nà mìíràn.
Leadership is also a talent from God.
ìṣàkóso ó jẹ́ ẹ̀bùn látọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run wá bákan náà.
Singing and music is a God-given talent.
láti kọrin àti orin kíkọ ó jẹ́ ẹ̀bùn tí a rí gbà látọwọ́ Ọlọ́run.
Writing is a God-given talent.
kí a kọ sílẹ̀ ó jẹ́ ẹ̀bùn látọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run bákan náà.
Entrepreneurship is also a God-given talent.
ẹ̀bùn àti ọgbọ́n láti ṣòwò ó jẹ́ ara ẹ̀bùn tí a rí gbà látọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run.
Do you know that there are some people till Christ come, they can't come to worship with us in this church?
ǹjẹ́ a mọ̀ wípé àwọn kan wà pé títí Jésù yóò fi dé wọn kò lè wá sínú ìjọ yìí wá bá wa jọ́sìn.
But in one way or the other, they can come to buy something in your shop or you do business with them.
ṣùgbọ́n lọ́nà kan tàbí òmíràn wọ́n lè wá bá ọ rajà nínú yàrá ìtajà rẹ tàbí kí o ṣòwò pẹ̀lú wọn.
So it means that your business, you should begin to see it as a talent that God has given you.
nítorí náà òwò tí o ń ṣe ni o ní láti rí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀bùn tí.
So you don't need to see that this is just a business, but you should begin to see it as this is part of the talent that God has given me.
o tilẹ̀ ní láti wò ó bí òwò lásán ṣùgbọ́n ní láti rí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìkan náà àwọn ẹ̀bùn tí Ọlọ́run fi sí.
So the way you do your business, you should do it as if you are going to give an account, and that through it, those people that you are meeting every day, you are pointing their attention to Jesus Christ.
owó ni o ní láti rí bí wípé o jiyìn nígbòsè nítorí lórí rẹ̀ àti wípé àwọn wọ̀nyí tí ó ń bá ọ rajà tí ó ń bá pàdé lójoojúmọ́ kí o sì máa tọ́ka Kristi sí wọn.
Technology and innovation is a talent also.
a rí i pé ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ bákan náà ó jẹ́ ẹ̀bùn látọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run.
I don't know before. If you open, I think before, for those that have been living before us, if you open an account in First Bank, Adebayo, that is the only place you can withdraw money. How many of us know that before?
ǹjẹ́ a mọ̀ wípé
But there are some people, God has helped them with their talent, that right as we are even in this church, you can even do transfer. But before, it was not possible. So they are using their own talent to better the life of others. And before, in a service like this, we can say 200 111, let us transfer. It was not possible before. So some people, God has given them that talent, they have identified it, and they have made use of it, and it's good for all of us.
ǹjẹ́ a mọ̀ wípé tẹ́lẹ̀ tí a bá fẹ́ gbowó nílé ìfowópamọ́ ibi tí ẹ bá ti forúkọ sílẹ̀ sí tí a ní àṣùwọ̀n sí ibẹ̀ nìkan láti lè gbowó ṣùgbọ́n báyìí a rí i pé àwọn kan àti Ọlọ́run ti fún ní ẹ̀bùn tó jẹ́ wípé a lè wà nínú ìjọ ní yìí kí a sì máa ṣe dúnàádúrà nípa owó torí pé àwọn kan àti Ọlọ́run ti fún ní ẹ̀bùn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n sì lè wà nínú ìjọ níbi tí a wà yìí kí wọ́n sì máa ṣe ohun tí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe.
Administration is also a talent that God gives people.
ẹ̀bùn ìṣàkóso tún jẹ́ ara àwọn ẹ̀bùn tí Ọlọ́run fún àwọn ènìyàn.
Hospitality is also a talent.
ẹ̀bùn ìrànlọ́wọ́ àti ìbójútó àwọn ará jẹ́ ara ẹ̀bùn tí Ọlọ́run fún ni.
Craftsmanship is also a talent.
ẹ̀bùn láti mọ bí àmójú ẹ̀rọ ó jẹ́ lára àwọn ẹ̀bùn tí Ọlọ́run fún ni.
Encouragement is also a talent.
ìgbaniníyànjú bákan náà ara rẹ̀ ni.
These are just few of the talents that God could give any man.
díẹ̀ lára àwọn ẹ̀bùn tí Ọlọ́run fún àwọn ènìyàn ní afẹnubà yìí.
Let's open our Bible to the book of Romans chapter 12 verse 6.
a ó ṣí Bíbélì wá sínú ìwé Róòmù orí 12 ẹsẹ̀ 6.
Having then gifts or talent differing according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith, or ministry, let us wait on our ministry, or he that teacheth on teaching, or he that exhorteth on exhortation, he that giveth, let him do it with simplicity, he that ruleth with diligence, he that sheweth mercy with carefulness. We have read together. So as a child of God, you can identify your talent by asking some of these questions. We have read some of the talents to us. Then we now say identifying it, using it to the glory of God.
Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹnìkan a lè mọ àwọn ẹ̀bùn tí a ní nípa bíbélì àwọn kan wọ̀nyí lọ́wọ́ ara wa àti kà á sí wa nítipasẹ̀ rẹ̀ a lè mọ̀ kí a sì mọ ọ̀nà tí a lè gbà láti lò ó.
How do you identify that this thing is a talent that God has given me?
Báwo ni a ṣe lè mọ̀ wípé ohun kan yìí pàtó jẹ́ ẹ̀bùn tí Ọlọ́run ti fi fún wa?
Number one, what naturally comes to me or comes to you?
Lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ ohun tí ó jẹ́ pé ó máa ń wá sí ọkùnrin tàbí jẹ́ pé ó máa ń wọ̀ láti ṣe nígbà gbogbo.
You just discover that naturally this thing is part of you, or in a way people will always say do this for us, do this for us. You just discover that every time, either in a church like this or in an organization, people will say help us to undo this thing. Beware, it's a gift or talent that God has given you.
Àwọn tí ó máa ń wọ̀ tàbí tí ó rọ̀ Ọlọ́run láti ṣe nígbà gbogbo tàbí nígbà mìíràn tí àwọn èèyàn sọ wípé bá wa ṣe léyìí bóyá ní ìjọ ní ibi iṣẹ́ tó jẹ́ pé a rí pé àwọn kan wọ̀nyí ni a máa ń bójú tó nígbà gbogbo ara àwọn ẹ̀bùn tí Ọlọ́run fún ọ ní eléyìí.
Or what do you do that when you do it, after doing it, people will always appreciate you for doing it. To you, it does not make much meaning. But when you now do it, people are, thank you, sir. Thank you, ma. God bless you. We appreciate you. In fact, that, and you'll be wondering, what have I done to you? It doesn't make much meaning, but to people, every time when you do it, they always appreciate you for it.
Tàbí kí ni àwọn kan mìíràn tí ó máa ń ṣe tó jẹ́ pé nígbà tó bá ṣe á múnú àwọn èèyàn dùn wọ́n á gbóríyìn fún ọ ìwà sì ló pé àkéyìn nǹkan tí mo ṣe yìí kò nítumọ̀ kò jámọ́ kankan ṣùgbọ́n àwọn èèyàn máa ń já lábùkù fún nípasẹ̀ rẹ̀ irú àwọn kan báwọn yìí ẹ̀bùn látọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ni.
Then what is that thing that you enjoy doing without people paying you? It's not that you are collecting money, but you just like doing that thing. Watch out for that thing.
Kí ni àwọn kan wọ̀n tó jẹ́ pé ó máa ń wọ̀ láti ṣe nígbà gbogbo kì í ṣe pé bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n sanwó fún ọ ṣùgbọ́n àwọn kan wọ̀n tó jẹ́ pé ó rọ̀ Ọlọ́run láti ṣe irú rẹ̀ kíyèsí ẹ̀bùn látọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ni.
Then what problem do you naturally solve for others?
Kí ni ìṣòro tó jẹ́ pé ó rọ̀ Ọlọ́run láti yanjú fún àwọn ẹlòmíràn?
Maybe people have problem, people are stuck, and when you get there, you just solve it and then you go. It doesn't make much meaning to you. But it's a problem that you always solve for people. Watch out for it.
Kí ni ìṣòro tí àwọn ẹlòmíràn ní tí wọn kòrónà bá yọ nígbà tó bá sì débẹ̀ láì ná ọ ní nǹkan kan wàá sì yanjú rẹ̀ kò nítumọ̀ sí ọ ṣùgbọ́n irú kan báwọn yìí kíyèsí.
Then you should also know that at times God will bring some opportunity to you repeatedly. You just discover that anywhere you go, whether in the church, God is just bringing that opportunity to you, and you recognize that this is an opportunity from God, whether to serve in the church or in your place of work. They just call you, sir, ma, help us to undo this thing. First time, second time, even in your family, you may not like that thing, you may think you don't know it, but you just discover that that opportunity is coming repeatedly to you. Watch out for that thing.
Kí ni àwọn àǹfààní tí ó máa ní nígbà gbogbo tó jẹ́ pé nígbà gbogbo ló sì máa ń tọ̀ wá bóyá àwọn èèyàn á ti tọ̀ wá pé bá wa ṣe léyìí tàbí o ní àǹfààní láti ṣe léyìí bóyá nínú ẹbí nínú ìjọ tàbí níbi iṣẹ́ nígbà tí ó bá ti ń wá lémọ́lémọ́ bí eléyìí tí o sì ń ṣe tí o tiẹ̀ lè túmọ̀ sí ọ ṣùgbọ́n ìgbà mìíràn ó tẹ̀lé má wọ̀ láti ṣe ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tó bá sì ṣe wàá ṣàṣeyọrí nínú rẹ̀ irú àwọn kan báwọn yìí ẹ̀bùn Ọlọ́run ni.
And there are times opportunity or talent at times it is until when you now God will bring it, you may not even prepare for it, but God will just bring it to you. And when God bring it, you may not even be good at it, or you may not even prepare for it, but God will just bring it your way. As a child of God, note it. It could be a gift or talent that God is bringing to you, but when you now key into it, you now see that God will open that great door.
Nígbà mìíràn àǹfààní mìíràn àkàntọ̀ wá tó jẹ́ pé o lè má múra sílẹ̀ fún, o lè má mọ̀ nípa rẹ̀ tàbí kí o má tẹ̀ jẹ́ ẹni tó pegedé nínú rẹ̀, ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tí Ọlọ́run bá mú tọ̀ wá tí o bá sì lo àǹfààní yìí tí o ṣe, wàá kàn rí pé ó rí pé ọ̀nà á sì là nípasẹ̀ rẹ̀, wàá sì bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí làlùyọ, a rí pé irú nǹkan báwọn yìí ẹ̀bùn látọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ni.
Why is it that there are many people they are living without discovering their talents?
èrèdí wo ni àwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ fi wà tó jẹ́ pé wọn kò mọ ohun tí ẹ̀bùn wọn jẹ́?
There are many people, for example, as a church like this.
ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn ló wà fún àpẹẹrẹ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìjọba eléyìí.
Pastor can just call you and say, bro, help us to handle this thing.
olùṣọ́àgùtàn lè pè ọ́ nígbà mìíràn tẹ̀lé pé arákùnrin bá wà bójútó eléyìí.
You may not know how to do that thing
ó
before.
ṣeé ṣe kí irú àwọn bí a ṣe ń ṣe.
But God wants to bring it out because He already put it there.
ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run á fẹ́ wú jáde nítorí pé ó ti gbé sínú ayé rẹ tẹ́lẹ̀.
And then because you have not been doing it before, or you are not good at it before, then you begin to have that fear of failure or fear of what people will say.
nígbà mìíràn torí pé o ò ṣe rí, wàá sì bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ìbẹ̀rù tàbí ìpayà pé ṣé òun ní fìdí rẹmi tàbí òun ní já wọn kulẹ̀ báyìí tàbí já Ọlọ́run kulẹ̀. ìgbà mìíràn nínú àkókò bí wàá tún máa rò pé kí ni àwọn èèyàn á sọ nípa mi.
So fear of failure could hinder you from discovering God's talent in your life.
ìbẹ̀rù kí o má fìdí rẹmi tàbí kí o má bàa já Ọlọ́run kulẹ̀ nígbà mìíràn lè dí ọ lọ́wọ́ láti má ṣe mọ ohun tí ẹ̀bùn Ọlọ́run jẹ́ nínú ayé rẹ.
Also, comparison, like I've said before, could make you not to be able to discover God's talent in your life.
bákan náà ni kí ẹ máa fi ara wíra nígbà mìíràn lè dí ọ lọ́wọ́ láti mọ ohun tí ẹ̀bùn Ọlọ́run jẹ́ nínú ayé rẹ.
Laziness is also another factor.
ọ̀lẹ tàbí ìmẹ́lẹ́ tàbí àìfẹ́ ṣe nígbà mìíràn lè jẹ́ kí o má mọ ohun tí ẹ̀bùn Ọlọ́run jẹ́ nínú ayé rẹ.
Also, lack of self-development could also be a thing that is hindering you.
nígbà tí o bá ní èrìdí pé láti pé kí o kọ́ ara rẹ mọ̀ ń ṣe sí tàbí pé kí o gbìyànjú láti kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ lórí àwọn kankan, ó lè dí ọ lọ́wọ́ láti má ṣe pé kí o lè mọ ẹ̀bùn Ọlọ́run fún ayé rẹ.
Then there are many people, they are always waiting for that perfect condition.
àwọn kan sì wà tó jẹ́ pé èyí tí ó pé régérégé tí ó ti bójú mu tá ti ṣe tó ti gún régé yìí ni àrúdò àkókò bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n ń dúró fún.
If someone advises them and says, bro, sister, this business, you can start it now. You say, I need like 1 million to start a furnished office. In fact, I even need motor that I'll be using to distribute those things.
nígbà tí a bá sọ fún arákùnrin arábìnrin owó yìí ó lè ṣe àníkín tó lè ṣe léyìí mo nílò bíi ẹgbẹ̀rún, mo nílò ọ́fíìsì tí a ṣe tó jẹ́ pé ó bójú mu tí ó wuni tí ó fi lọ́kàn balẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀, mo ti rẹ̀ nílò ọkọ̀ láti máa gbé ọjà náà káàkiri láti máa pín fún àwọn ènìyàn.
So when you are waiting for perfect condition to start,
nígbà tí o bá ń retí àkókò tó jẹ́ pé ó gún régé bí eléyìí kó tó di pé o lè bẹ̀rẹ̀.
and that's why till today some people have not started.
èrèdí ilé tó jẹ́ pé títí di èní yìí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọ́n ṣì wà lójú kan bákan náà.
Some people are yet to discover and work on the gift that God has given them.
ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ní jẹ́ pé wọn kò tí lè ṣàwárí ẹ̀bùn tí Ọlọ́run fún gbélé wọn lọ́wọ́.
Ignoring God's leading.
nígbà mìíràn kéèyàn máa bójú tẹ́bẹ́lú ìtọ́ni Ọlọ́run.
There are some people God will be telling them, this area, I want you to do something about it.
àwọn kan wà tó jẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run á máa sọ pé ní nǹkan báyìí mo fẹ́ kí o ṣe nǹkan pàtó lórí rẹ̀.
God can use you in this area.
Ọlọ́run lè lò ọ́ nírú ọ̀nà báyìí.
And for several years, God will be talking to them, but they will be looking at their own inadequacies. Why? And some will have more than 1 million ways of why they cannot fit in to do that thing.
lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ a máa wo ní pé àìpegedé tàbí àìlú tàbí àìnímọ̀ tó kò ní jẹ́ kàn lè ṣe léyìí àwọn sì máa rí ẹ̀wà wí nìkan oríṣiríṣi ọ̀nà pé èrìdí báyìí ni wọn kò ṣe lè gbégbésẹ̀ láti ṣe ohun tí ó yẹ.
I have read and have learned from many entrepreneurs. I want to tell you that anybody that want to succeed in life, you cannot wait for perfect time.
mo ti kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ mo ti gbọ́ mo ti lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ṣòwò pé kò sẹ́ni tí ó lè lùyọ nígbà tó bá ń dúró de àkókò tó jẹ́ pé ó gún régé ni.
Even when you want to start, people will come to you and tell you 100 reasons why you cannot succeed.
nígbà tí o bá tilẹ̀ fẹ́ gbé ìgbésẹ̀ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yóò tọ́ wáyé pé wọ́n á sì máa sọ fún àwọn èrèdí bí 100 tó jẹ́ pé nígbà tí o bá tilẹ̀ gbìyànjú o ò lè ṣàṣeyọrí.
Even you yourself, devil will be telling you that, do you think this can succeed?
ìwọ fúnra rẹ Sátánì a sì máa sọ fi sí ọlọ́kàn a sì máa mú àwọn èrò wọn ni wá pé ǹjẹ́ o rò pé o lè ṣàṣeyọrí nípa ìgbésẹ̀ tó fẹ́ gbé yìí.
So these gifts that God has given you as a person, you need to identify them, you need to work upon them, you need to make use of them and profit with them.
àwọn ẹ̀bùn wọ̀nyí tí Ọlọ́run ti fi sínú ayé rẹ yìí tẹ́gbélé ọlọ́wọ́ yìí o ní láti gbìyànjú láti mọ̀ wọ́n láti ṣiṣẹ́ lé wọn lórí àti láti jèrè ṣe rere nípasẹ̀ wọn.
And when you are able to discover your talents, that talent is not in itself. It can, that's as God has given you, you still need to do something on it so that you can profit on it.
nígbà tí o bá tilẹ̀ wá ṣàwárí rẹ̀ báyìí ẹ̀bùn yẹn gan fúnra rẹ̀ kò lè ṣe ohunkóhun o ní láti tún wá ṣiṣẹ́ lé e lórí nípasẹ̀ yìí ni o fi lè ṣe rere.
For you to profit, there are many things you need to learn.
kí o bá lè jèrè nípa rẹ̀ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ ló ní láti kọ́.
I was reading about a man.
wọ́n kà nípa ọkùnrin kan.
He said when he wanted to start a particular business,
ó sọ wípé nígbà tó ń fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ òwò kan
he has already known that this is what he wanted to do.
ó ti mọ ohun pàtó tí ó fẹ́ ṣe.
Then he now identified how many people in this country have succeeded in that business.
ó gbìyànjú láti wo àwọn tó ti ṣàṣeyọrí nínú òwò náà lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí.
They now have to make a way of connecting with those people.
ó sì wá ọ̀nà láti ní ìbáṣepọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn wọ̀nyí.
They look at what helped them to succeed,
ó wo nǹkan tó ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ láti ṣàṣeyọrí.
areas of their failures,
àwọn ibi tí wọ́n ti ní tí wọ́n ti fìdí rẹmi tí wọ́n ti
and what they would have done that they did not do, that if they have done, it will have helped them better.
àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe tí wọ́n ṣe tó jẹ́ pé tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n ti ṣe ni wọn ìbá ti ṣe rere jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ.
So when as a person you identify God's gift in your life, the plan of God is that you should profit with it. Don't just be saying, glory be to God, I can sing, I can do this, I can do that. And maybe you are here today, when you come to the church, you sing, and everybody is very happy and blessed. God still wants you to take that gift further than as it is.
nítorí náà gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Ọlọ́run ohun tí Ọlọ́run retí lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ ni pé nígbà tí o bá ti mọ ẹ̀bùn yìí kí o ṣe rere nípasẹ̀ rẹ̀ bóyá nípa tí orin kíkọ ni o wá sí yìí o kọrin inú àwọn èèyàn dùn wọ́n gba ìbùkún Ọlọ́run ti retí lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ pé kí o tún gbìyànjú láti làkàkà kí o mọ̀ sí ju bí o ti mọ̀ ọ́ ni.
So there is need to learn to be able to profit with your gift and talent.
nítorí náà ó ṣàǹfààní fún ọ kó kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kí o bá lè ṣe rere nípa ẹ̀bùn.
There is need for us to practice.
èrèdí a ní ó yẹ fún wa láti pé kí a máa ṣe àtúnyẹ̀wò rẹ̀ nígbà gbogbo.
I heard about a man,
mo gbọ́ nípa
one of the best runners in the world.
ẹni tó jẹ́ pé ó jẹ́ kan láwọn tó jẹ́ pé ó lè sáré jù lágbàáyé.
Though he has identified that he can run,
bó tilẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ó ti mọ̀ pé òun lè sáré.
I heard that when he wanted to practice, they will set up fire. And this man will have to run inside fire. And you know, that is during practice. So if someone is running inside fire, you cannot stop. You can't wait because the fire will burn. And he practiced severally like that.
mo gbọ́ pé nígbà tí ọkùnrin bá fẹ́ ṣe àtúnyẹ̀wò ẹ̀bùn rẹ̀ yìí á dáná láàrin iná yìí ni a ti sá kọjá a sì mọ̀ pé tí ó bá dúró tàbí tí ó rọsẹ̀ iná yìí yóò jó bó sì ṣe máa ń ṣe nígbà gbogbo nìyí ni.
And when he got to the World Olympic race whatever.
nígbà tí ó wá dé ìfẹsẹ̀wọnsẹ̀ gbogbo àgbáyé.
Somebody who has been running on fire for many days. And when the referee say pop, he just run as he used to run.
nígbà tí
broke the world record.
ó dé ìfẹsẹ̀wọnsẹ̀ àgbáyé nígbà tí ẹni tí ó jẹ́ tí ó tó afọ́fèrè tó fọ́fèrè po bí ṣe ló lọ para bí bí àrá tó jẹ́ pé ó gba ẹ̀bùn tẹ́nìkan ò gbà rí.
So physically, spiritually, there is need for us to practice.
Nípa ti ara àti nípa ti ẹ̀mí a ní ojúṣe láti pé kí a máa ṣe àṣetúnṣe.
Don't just say I am a child of God, I have the talent, I have the gift of God in me.
A kò ní láti sọ pé ọmọ Ọlọ́run ni mí, mo ní ẹ̀bùn, mo sì ní talent Ọlọ́run nínú mi.
There is need for us to practice.
A ní ìrèdí láti máa ṣe láṣetúnṣe.
And there is need for us to discipline ourselves.
A sì ní ìrèdí láti pé kí a kóra wa ní ìjánu.
There is need for us to go for mentorship. You go and meet people who already have that gift and talent, who is profiting in that thing that you are doing, and you learn, so that by the time you come out you will do better than them.
A ní láti lọ bá àwọn tó jẹ́ pé a nílò atọ́nisọ́nà, kí a lọ bá àwọn tó jẹ́ pé ó mọ̀ ṣe jù wá, kí a kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn, kí a sì ṣe nígbà tó bẹ̀ tó jẹ́ wípé nígbà tí àwọn náà bá máa jáde tí a dángájíá a lè ṣe ní ọ̀nà tó kújú wọn.
Then there is need for consistency.
Bákan náà ni a nílò láti máa ṣe lemọ́.
You discover that there is a talent God has given you, there is a gift God has given you. You did it one day, 2 days, second day, third day, and then you say, God told me that I will win the whole world, and I preached for 1 month and nobody joined me. You have to be consistent.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ Ọlọ́run fún ọ ní ẹ̀bùn tàbí tálẹ́ǹtì kan, ó wá lò ó ṣe lọ́jọ́ kìíní, ọjọ́ kejì, ọjọ́ kẹta, ó wá lọ sinmi, ó jókòó, wọ́n ní pé Ọlọ́run sọ fún mi pé mo máa jèrè gbogbo àgbáyé. Nígbà tó bá ṣe ó wá wàásù tàbí ó ṣiṣẹ́ fún oṣù kan, kò sẹ́ni tí ó darapọ̀ mọ́ ọ, àwọn ò pé èrèdè wo ló ṣe rí bẹ́ẹ̀.
If you want to break a stone, it is not the last hammer that broke that stone. You will have been hammering it first time, second time, third time, fourth time, and you just see that the stone break. The combination of all the hammering is what constituted that breaking.
Nígbà tí a bá fẹ́ fọ́ òkúta, kì í ṣe hámà tí a gbá mọ́ lẹ́yìn nígbà tí ó gbẹ̀yìn ni ó fọ́. Bí a ṣe ń gba nígbà kìíní, ìgbà kejì, ìgbà kẹta, gbogbo wọn pátápátá ni ó kóra jọ tí wọ́n fọ́ òkúta yìí torí pé bí o ti ń gbá mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni agbára rẹ̀ dínkù díẹ̀ títí di pé ó fi fọ́.
We also need to pray and depend on God.
Bákan náà ní láti gbàdúrà kí a sì sinmi lé Ọlọ́run.
David, before King Saul could call him, or he could be noticed nationally to come and sing for a king, even when the king was running mad, he's not someone that will be carrying his instrument and will not play for a month.
Dáfídì kó tó di pé ó dẹni ìlú mọ̀ká tí Sọ́ọ̀lù fi lè pé kí wọ́n máa kọrin fóun nígbà tí jẹ́ pé orí rẹ̀ yí, kì í ṣe ẹni tó jẹ́ pé ó kàn gbìyànjú tó ṣe lọ́jọ́ kan lọ́jọ́ kejì, ó jẹ́ ẹni tó jẹ́ pé ó ti ń lo ohun èlò orin rẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé ó ti ń lò ó lemọ́lemọ́ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìgbà tó bẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé ó ti wá dángájíá, ó ti pegedé nínú rẹ̀.
So as God's children,
nítorí náà gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Ọlọ́run,
those talents that God has given you,
gbìyànjú láti mọ ẹ̀bùn tí Ọlọ́run fún ọ.
your business that God has given you,
mọ òwò tí Ọlọ́run fi fún ọ.
are you treating it as a talent and a gift from God?
Ǹjẹ́ ìwọ ń bójútó tàbí ò ń ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀bùn tàbí talent tí Ọlọ́run ti fi fún ọ bí?
Few weeks ago, I was listening to a woman speaking.
Ní ọ̀sẹ̀ díẹ̀ sẹ́yìn, mò ń fetí sí obìnrin kan tí ó ń sọ̀rọ̀.
He said in her church, like some of us used to do, because we are holy, we are God's children, even we don't participate in church. Some of us, even in our work, in our office, if they are doing anything, you don't join them to do it. It's even godly things, so you don't join them.
Bóyá ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa a ní pé ẹni torí pé a jẹ́ ọmọ Ọlọ́run, a jẹ́ mímọ́, a kì í bá wọn lọ́wọ́ sí ohunkóhun tó máa ń ṣe. Bóyá nínú ìjọ gan nígbà mìíràn, a kàn jókòó, a dákẹ́ rìnrìn bí adágún omi.
He said one day, the pastor now called her.
Wọ́n ní lọ́jọ́ kan, olùṣàgùtàn pè òun.
He said, if you are silent with your voice, the wrong people will take decision.
Ó ní pé tí o bá dákẹ́ tí pẹ̀lú ohùn rẹ, àwọn tí kò yẹ kí wọ́n decide fún ọ, àwọn ni ó máa decide fún ọ
So as God's children,
gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Ọlọ́run
in that your office,
nínú ibi iṣẹ́ rẹ
identify your talents.
mọ ẹ̀bùn rẹ
In this church,
nínú ìjọ yìí
identify your talents
mọ ẹ̀bùn tí Ọlọ́run fi fún ọ
and begin to develop
kí o sì
it
bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣiṣẹ́ lé lórí
and begin to use
kí o sì
it.
máa lò ó.
And those areas where you are supposed to practice,
àdìtí ní àwọn ibi wọn tó yẹ pé kó tó máa ṣe ní àṣetúnṣe
and the practice may not be okay, as it may not be smooth most of the time.
a rí i pé àwọn àṣetúnṣe yìí ó lè má ṣe dán mọ́rán nígbà tí o bá bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Imagine when God allow lion and bear to come the way of David when he was in the bush.
ẹ̀wọ̀n náà fojú wo nígbà tí Ọlọ́run gba kìnìún àti àmọ̀tẹ́kùn láàyè láti pé kí ó wá sí kí wọ́n kọjú sí Dáfídì nígbà tí ó wà nínú pápá.
If I am the one, God,
tó bá jẹ́ èmi ní ńkọ́
I will run for my dear life and I will leave the sheep.
màá sá fún sásàlà fún ẹ̀mí mi ni.
And even when I'm about to get to the house,
nígbà tó bá kú dẹ̀ kí n délé.
I will be breathing profusely that my father will even say, you are welcome. Even leave the sheep there. So far you have not died. Leave them.
ṣé ni màmá mi fúlefúle tó bẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé nígbà tí bàbá mi bá rí mi ní pé pẹ̀lẹ́ gbà tí o tẹ̀ ti kú ṣàfi àwọn àgùntàn àti màálù sílẹ̀ sí pápá.
But when the bear and the lion came, he tried his best.
nígbà tí kìnìún dìde sí i ó gbìyànjú ipa tí ó lè pa.
And that was the confidence he used when he saw Goliath.
èyí ni ó fún ní ìgboyà láti kọjú sí Gòláyátì.
And that was the platform that promoted him to become a king.
èrèdí ni eléyìí tó jẹ́ pé ó fi ní ìgbéga tó fi di ọba.
So there are times that for your gift to manifest, God will allow some adversity to come your way.
àwọn ìgbà mìíràn wà tó jẹ́ pé kí ẹ̀bùn rẹ kí ó lè jáde Ọlọ́run á máa lo àwọn ìdánwò kankan kí wá sí ọ̀nà rẹ.
So when you are to profit with your gift, it does not mean that you should make money alone.
nígbà tí o bá fẹ́ jèrè pẹ̀lú ẹ̀bùn rẹ kì í ṣe pé kí o rí owó nípasẹ̀ rẹ̀ nìkan.
It means winning souls with the gift that God has given us.
èyí tí wọ́n sì pé kí o máa jèrè ọkàn nípa ẹ̀bùn tí Ọlọ́run fún ọ.
You sing and someone is convinced and say you that see the way this person is playing instrument, I will give my life to Jesus.
nígbà tí o bá kọrin tí àwọn ẹlòmíràn sì wò pé o bí ẹni tí kọrin o bí ó ti ń lo ohun èlò orin tí wọ́n sì ní ìgbọ́gbẹ́nu ọkàn pé nípasẹ̀ eléyìí wọ́n fààyè mi fún Kristi.
You solve problems with your gifts.
wàá máa yanjú ìṣòro nípasẹ̀ àwọn ẹ̀bùn rẹ.
You create employment with the gift that God has given
wàá
you.
máa dá iṣẹ́ sílẹ̀ nípa àwọn ẹ̀bùn tí Ọlọ́run ti fi fún ọ.
You serve in the church with the gift that God has given
wàá máa
you.
wúlò nínú ìjọ Ọlọ́run nípa ẹ̀bùn tí Ọlọ́run ti fi
You
fún ọ.
bless our society with the gift that God has given you.
à máa wúlò fún àwọn àwùjọ wa nípa ẹ̀bùn tí Ọlọ́run ti fi fún
You
wa.
build God's kingdom, we build it together, the gift that God has given
wàá
us.
fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ láti mú kí ìjọba Ọlọ́run kí ó tẹ̀síwájú kí ó gbòòrò sí nípa ẹ̀bùn tí Ọlọ́run fi
We
fún wa.
leave legacies with the gift that God has given
a máa
us.
fi àpẹẹrẹ tó dára sílẹ̀ nípa àwọn ẹ̀bùn tí Ọlọ́run fún wa.
And when you identify your gift and use it, as much as God will bless you, it will also bring financial blessing physically.
nígbà tí o bá sì mọ àwọn ẹ̀bùn wọ̀nyí tí o ṣàwárí rẹ̀ tí o sì lò ó a rí i pé yóò mú ìbùkún Ọlọ́run wá fún ọ nípasẹ̀ rẹ̀ wá ó ṣe ṣe kí o rí owó nípasẹ̀ rẹ̀ tàbí àwọn ìbùkún mìíràn.
Do you know that there are some of us, some of even the things that we are doing in the church is even bringing money in our businesses, and it's even some of those things that we are even leveraging on in our physical life.
a rí i pé àwọn kan máa tó jẹ́ pé àwọn kan wọ̀nyí tí à ń ṣe nínú ilé Ọlọ́run wọ̀nyí òun ni ó jẹ́ ìpilẹ̀ṣẹ̀ àṣeyọrí tàbí àtúnyọ tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn ní.
Somebody who discover his music gift, by the time you sing in the church, you can also have a music school outside the church.
a rí i pé àwọn tó jẹ́ pé ọmọrin kọ nínú ìjọ Ọlọ́run nígbò ṣe wọ́n lè ní ilé ẹ̀kọ́ àti kọ́ni lórí ní ìta.
Even some of us that were handling cameras here in the world there, if you help someone to stream, it's even money you can leverage on it.
àwa tó jẹ́ pé à ń lo àwọn ẹ̀rọ ayàwòrán nínú ìjọ ní ìta lọ́hùn-ún o lè lò láti bá àwọn ẹlòmíràn yàwòrán tó jẹ́ pé yóò sì mú owó wá fún ọ.
You are writing track in the church, you can as well help people to write books publish books outside.
òun kọ àwọn ìwé pélébé tí a fi ń ṣe ìwàásù nínú ìjọ. bákan náà ni o lè lo ẹ̀bùn rẹ̀ láti kọ ìwé kí a sì gbé síta kí ó sì mú owó wá.
Some of our parents, you are helping in the children's school. You can even have during this holiday now. You can in your parlor. You can tell people that during this holiday, if you are going to work, you can bring your children. I will take care of them before you come. You have been doing it in the church. You can even do it at home.
bóyá àwọn tí jẹ́ pé a jẹ́ olùkọ́ àwọn ọmọdé tí a ti ń kọ́ àwọn ìpẹ́ rẹ̀ nínú ìjọ a lè ṣe ní àdúgbò wa bóyá gẹ́gẹ́ ní irú àkókò tí àwọn gba olùdé yìí a lè sọ fún àwọn aládùúgbò pé ẹ mú ọmọ yín wá o wọn ò bójútó wọn ò kọ́ wọn kẹ́ ẹ tó dé a sì mú àwọn kankan wá fún ọ.
So as God's children, one thing is this: having the gift in itself is not enough. There is need to identify it and use it to the glory of God.
nítorí náà gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Ọlọ́run kì í ṣe pé kí a kàn ní ẹ̀bùn yìí lásán a nílò láti mọ̀ láti ṣàwárí rẹ̀ kí a sì lò ó fún ògo Ọlọ́run.
Joseph as a person discovered his gift. He was very hardworking and God promoted him to an high rank in Egypt.
Joseph mọ ẹ̀bùn tí ó ní nígbà tí ó sì lò ó fún ògo Ọlọ́run a rí i pé nípasẹ̀ yìí ó ní ìgbéga ní ilẹ̀ Íjíbítì.
And as you see some of these things in your life and you see in the church that there is a particular place that God want to use your gift, volunteer, use it to the glory of God and let the church benefit from it.
nígbà tí a bá sì rí ṣàwárí àwọn ẹ̀bùn wọ̀nyí tí a sì rí àwọn ibi tó jẹ́ pé a ti nílò rẹ̀ nínú ìjọ a ní láti lò ó kí ìjọ Ọlọ́run kí ó lè rí ìbùkún nípasẹ̀ rẹ̀.
As we wrap up, know that God never created anyone without purpose. Every believer carries a gift that can transform life. The question is not whether you have a talent, but whether you are using it faithfully.
kí a tó ṣe àṣekágbá ètò yìí a rí i pé ẹ̀bùn kì í kàn ṣe pé kí a ní ẹ̀bùn kan nìkan ṣùgbọ́n a ní láti mọ̀ ọ́ kí a sì mọ bí a ti ń lò ó.
When you recognize it, develop it.
nígbà tí o bá ti ṣàwárí rẹ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ lé lórí.
Wisely apply your God-given talent to the glory of God.
lo ẹ̀bùn náà pẹ̀lú ọgbọ́n sí ògo Ọlọ́run.
Bless humanity.
bùkún wọn fún àwọn ènìyàn.
Fulfill your purpose.
mú kí èrèdí tí Ọlọ́run fi ṣe dá ọ sí
And
ìmúṣẹ.
position yourself for both spiritual fruitfulness and legitimate prosperity.
kí o sì pèsè ara rẹ sílẹ̀ fún ìbùkún ti ẹ̀mí àti nípa ti ara.
Let's take this away this morning.
ká mú ìdání lọ sílé wa láàárọ̀
Your
yìí.
talent is God's gift to you. What you do with it is your gift back to God.
ẹ̀bùn tí orí gbà láti tàbí tí Ọlọ́run gbé yọ lọ́wọ́ ó jẹ́ ìbùkún tí Ọlọ́run fún ọ nítorí náà ohun tí ó ṣe nípasẹ̀ rẹ̀ ni ohun tí ó dá padà fún Ọlọ́run nípasẹ̀ ẹ̀bùn yìí.
Let's reflect on these three questions as I leave this place
a
now.
ní láti máa béèrè ìbéèrè mẹ́ta yìí lọ́wọ́ ara wa bí a ti ń lọ.
What talent has God given you that you have neglected?
ẹ̀bùn wo ni Ọlọ́run fún ọ tó jẹ́ pé o ti fojú tẹ́bẹ́lẹ́ wò?
What practical step can we take this month to develop it?
ìgbésẹ̀ wo ni a lè gbé ní oṣù yìí láti ṣiṣẹ́ lé lórí?
How can your talent and gift become a blessing to this church, to this country, and to your family?
báwo ni ẹ̀bùn náà ṣe lè àti tálẹ́ǹtì yìí ti lè jẹ́ ìbùkún fún ìjọ yìí ẹbí rẹ àti fún orílẹ̀-èdè yìí?
Let's close our eyes and talk to the
jẹ́
Lord.
ká díjú wa ká sì bá Ọlọ́run sọ̀rọ̀. sọ fún Ọlọ́run Olúwa ràn mí lọ́wọ́ láti ṣàwárí ẹ̀bùn mi. sọ fún Olúwa ṣí mi lójú kí ni àwọn ẹ̀bùn wa tó jẹ́ pé ó wà nínú ayé mi tó jẹ́ pé ó ti mù? kí ni àwọn ẹ̀bùn wa tó wà nínú ayé rẹ tó jẹ́ pé o kò ṣàwárí rẹ̀? bá Ọlọ́run sọ̀rọ̀ láàárọ̀ yìí kí Olúwa kó ṣàwárí rẹ̀ kó Olúwa kó ṣí ọ níyè kó ṣí ọ lójú.